I love this song. I love it. And you do too, because you're here. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to teach you how to play Wreckage. But first, I'd like to take just a moment to thank the following people for signing up for the Patreon supporter of the Cause Club. Jay Pike, Not DePope, I guess I know where you don't go, number 2, Ron Weber, Philip Dodd, and Tim Wilson. Thank you very, 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 very much for your support. And if you would like to find out what that's all about, the link will be in the description. Now, there is a lot of instrumentation in this song, and I'm not going to split hairs where hairs don't need to be split. My aim here was to make the fullest, funnest version for one guitar player to play. And one thing I'm 100% sure of is the tuning. It's daughter tuning, almost. Daughter has 2 Gs, which is quite a pain in the butt if you don't want to break your low E string. This one is open G tuning with a low D, a G, so A string goes down 2 notes, D like normal, G like normal, B like normal, and your E string goes down to D as well. We are in almost daughter tuning. It is my steadfast belief that the intro and the verse riff is done with 2 guitars. You got the lead guitar going like this, while the rhythm guitar goes like this. But I have great news. You don't have to choose. You can do both. Start with your pointer finger on the B string 3rd fret. What we're going to do is we're going to hammer onto 5, pull back off to 3, pull off to open, that is the silent night portion, before you pluck the G string. So 1 pluck, and then 1 more pluck on the G string. But we're going to incorporate it with the strum. So strum from A to B. And here's the chord. It's B minor. In this tuning, it's going to be A4, D4, B3. 3 times. Then on up to the A string 9th fret and the B string 8th fret, I'm going to do my hammering with my pinky finger this time. Same hammer, pull off, pluck the G string. And then it's going to be A7, D7. You're going to strum from the A string. And that's your verse. One of the really cool things about this tuning is, for instance, if we were to play an A chord right now, it wouldn't be an A chord because our A string is now dropped down by 2 notes, right? So if we wanted to accomplish an A chord, we would have to hit the same fret in the A, D, and G strings. This is an A power chord. It's neither major nor minor. And in the chorus, what I believe I hear is the 5th fret. That would be a C chord. To open, that's G. To the 9th fret, in this same fashion, it would be an E minor since we're in the key of G, but this is a power chord, so it's neither major nor minor. And down to 7, that's your D chord. So, bunch of times. The last time, we're going to hit that E chord for 8 whole beats, and we're going to hit that D chord for 8 whole beats. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to show you another way you could do that. And the reason I want to do it this way is because the piano in this track is taking care of the major and minor thirds to each of those chords. So we're going to have a major shape. It's going to be 5 on the A string, 5 on the B string. Open, of course. Doesn't change. But our E minor chord is going to be 9-8 on A, B. And then our D chord is going to be 7-7. Does that remind you of anything? This bridge is super cool, and another cool thing about this tuning is we have dropped both the E and the A strings by a full step, so they are relative each other, the same as they always have been, which means our two-finger power chords still work, and the first thing we do is a two-finger power chord on the E string, 5th fret. You can strum everything here, and you should, and then do some pluckies. It's going to be E, B, G, E, B, down 2 frets, down 1 fret, and then it's an A minor 7 chord. We need A2, D2 for the aforementioned reasons, and then B1. The B string is going to go 1, 0, 1, 3, 1, 0, which goes right along with the vocal. That's the first half. The second half starts the same with the power chords. But when we get to the A minor chord, we're going to play it as A2, D2, G2. There's a lot of guitars in this little section. Someone does this, and I'm going to do it so that I get to do two different things. What we're going to do is have the G string go 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0 before we do what we just did before. So... and then 8 beats on the C chord, the 5th fret. That's the bridge. The first time something's different is towards the end of the song, before the section where they're hitting that chorus chord progression, but much, much harder. I'm going to call this the before the slamming part. And all you do is grab your C chord, the 5th fret. You could do the 2 strings, you could do the 5 strings, you could do my little major version, whichever one you want to do, but 4 beats of that, and then 4 beats of our B minor 7 chord from the verse, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So many times before we take this minor shape up to our E minor spot, frets 9 and 8. And then we go into the big outro. Please forgive me, I don't know why I called that a B minor 7 chord. It's not a B minor 7 chord, and I don't want to talk about what it is right now, but it is a B minor chord. Anyways, I love this outro because they made full use of this tuning as the song goes on, and what we do is we hit our C chord just how we have been. I would do the this way to the G chord, and then we're going to play the power chord on the 2nd fret. That's an E. That's an E minor chord. And then when we get to the D chord up on the 7th fret, we're going to use the low now D string as well. And in this way, we have used the whole gamut of the register that this tuning allows you to do. And I would, if I were you, mute that low string when you're playing the C and the G using my thumb. Strum everything on the E. And of course, strum everything on the D. For your big, huge outro. And sorry to ruin the party, but if there's any music theory nerds out there who are going to leave me a scathing comment, that B minor chord I'm referring to, it's actually a fascinating chord. It's B, F sharp. Those are both in the B minor chord. G, that's not. And E, this is actually an E minor chord with an add 9, and the B is in the bass. I love that chord. It's an E minor chord, which is being used as a B minor, kind of. How neat. I love it. And now you know why. How do you feel about it? Please let me know. I truly want to know. Leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was fun and helpful. And I will see you probably tomorrow with a new one off the one that we're going to hear tomorrow. Can't wait. Thank you so much. Goodbye.